Hello friends, I want to add something to my previous video. I talk about who we are, and now I want to talk about the challenges that you might expect on the on your path to understand who you truly are. So there are energies or forces uh, which are dormant in you until you start sort of realizing who you truly are, and there are forces which out there which don't want you to know the truth. Once you realize who you are, when you see for yourself, uh, these not the forces, but once you realize, you become a free person. You acquire freedom from all this material world that we live in. So this freedom comes with a price, the price of silence. So if you want to continue experience your world as it is, you need to you need to shut your mouth and don't spread the word, don't spread the teaching or the realization. So once you start speaking about it, which is already on other dimensions, and as I mentioned that when you talk about the truth, it's no longer a truth anymore. So those forces begin to interact with these negative forces, negative energies, old energies. They will affect your mental state, to actually block you from seeing who you are, or try to explain who you are. So what I notice is that um, there are forces uh, uh, that don't want you to spread this knowledge. They are stopping you, and also in every person on earth, in effect right now, uh, they are affected. A lot of people affected, they don't even realize psychologically that they are affected by these forces. The forces are what we call, we might we, it's actually not evil forces. You can't say they're evil. The only evil about it is that they're stopping you from seeing the truth for yourself. But um, there's this great this monk said, I just saw a video on internet. This Buddhist Shaolin monk said that the more light you have, the more shadows you cast. So it comes with a price, because the words is your karma, it's your action, and if you want to spread the truth, this action, these words, become your karma. So for those who realize the truth, it's better just to. That's why in Zen they don't teach anything. You just sit and that's it. There is no teaching. So as I'm speaking right now, I get affected by these negative energies and negative emotions, and as if someone angry with me for saying that. Well, it's not because the evil is just these forces are afraid of losing, because there's so much already in this world that was invested in spiritual teachings like Buddhism. It's huge. It's like if somebody comes to and everybody get enlightenment, there is no need for Buddhism, and it's true. Once you realize who you are, there is no need for any religion whatsoever. And there's many different forces hold it together. Like they hold you back. They affect you. They affect your your understanding, your realizations, and they don't want you to know the truth, which I'm trying to point out to you. So there are these forces in the world, and they get angry with you for speaking the truth if you realize the truth, and they 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 don't want you to spread the word out, basically. Well, there is of course logic to it. The one logic is that the truth cannot be told by words. Yes, we can attempt to do that, but it's not the truth. Even though we're speaking about the truth, the ultimate truth cannot never be understood with words and books. So that's why I stopped reading books. That's one thing for me. And I stopped meditating. Don't need that anymore. So I cast away all the methods that I had to understand who I am. I threw it all away. So basically, it's like the Buddha said: once the raft crosses the ocean of samsara, there is no longer need for the raft. No longer need You no longer need the dharma. You no longer see that there's forces, there's collective forces, the spiritual leaders, like whoever you want to name them, that saying you should do this, you should do that. They're telling people what to do. I don't rely on any teachings, on any teacher. What I realized by my own path, not by myself. I can't say that because the self cannot realize the self. Walking the path, I just chose to walk the Buddhist path. I don't know why. It just had a feeling that that's what the path I wanted to walk. So and then I realized that a lot of what's taught in modern Buddhism is not complete truth. Not even in Zen teaching. Sometimes they they're not really help you to understand the who you are. So they tell you about, you should use mantras I I don't use any methods. There is no more methods. I threw them all away. Once I was sitting Zen. I'll tell you my story. I was sitting Zen for 1 year, and that was after I long time ago I was practicing Buddhism, reading books, getting knowledge. But once I then I stopped. For whatever reason I stopped. Doesn't matter. Then I, my last thing, I was sitting zazen, sitting doing Zen for 1 year, and once I realized that what people say about the self, like people have ego, people have this. The only ego is we created that image as well. So there is no such thing as ego, and that was my realization. So I realized that there is no ego and there is no underlying self, only consciousness, what we call consciousness. And after that, um, I threw away all my books, not all my books, but I threw away all the readings. I don't read any books anymore. If I read, I'm like, uh, doesn't doesn't do anything, doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever. It's like not really needed, And sometimes I watch videos of great, not great, but people who walk the path, like Krishnamurti, Sadhguru, Osho, Thich Nhat Hanh, and you know, just sort of relate to what they're saying or acquire something from their teachings. But ultimately, I don't rely on any teachers. I never relied on any teachers. The I never worshipped any teachers, and I don't see the point in it. And the only thing is, I walked the path. I took the raft, crossed the ocean of samsara, what they call it, and threw everything away. All my Buddha statues, everything, I got rid of. So that's it. That's all I want to say. So walking the path is not easy because there's obstacles, and to realize yourself, all you need to do is just close your eyes for a second. And if you want to practice meditation, if you want to use that method, but even that method is no longer needed for me. I threw it away. I threw everything away. So the only, if you want to realize non-thinking, to see it for yourself, the only suggestion I can say is that think, because you can't stop thinking. We can't stop thinking completely. Think non-thinking. When you meditate, you just think non-thinking and your mind will settle down. Or you can just sit for hours and hours and days and years, and your mind eventually will settle down itself. It will eventually will settle down. And that's all I can tell you. That this is it. It's actually quite simple, but there are forces that they're not negative, they just on different sort of level, not different level, different they like to control everything, keep everything under structure, like a religion. It has teachers, it has students. They want to keep it like, yeah, like that, like, you acquire knowledge from a teacher and continue on. But you truly, I mean, there are some people who need that teaching, because a lot of people can't realize themselves, so they need to rely on someone. But ultimately, everyone can realize, everyone has a potential, but unfortunately, not many people have the willpower to do that. That's the only problem. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll leave it at that.